In the centre of the plot we've got what we call our mini orchard. We've got 3 plums on the left and 2 green gauges on the right. So walking up towards them, just in front of the plums, let me turn around and have a look. Those are autumn fruiting raspberries. They're all gold, and we've already got some yellow raspberries on there that need picking. And we've also plenty of flowers as well, and plenty of bees pollinating them. So let's go around the back of the plums, watch your head, and don't look at that tatty bit of bed that we've got to tidy up. It's a bit of a thicket. I'm going to move towards the smallest plum tree first. You'll just get a quick glimpse at the back of our main rhubarb patch. There it is, onto seed. So plenty of Victoria plums, and this is Marjorie's seedling. Not quite as many on there, but still quite a few plums. Back round Marjorie's seedling, and on to our biggest plum tree, which is Ouling's Gage. This has yellow plums and again is loaded. Problem is, how are we going to get the plums from right up at the top of the tree, because it is a very, very tall tree. There's a nice bunch of plums right up there that you might just be able to see. So swinging round, let's go and have a look at the green gauges. We've 2 green gauges. First one is called Manning's. We bought these when somebody stole all our plums because we thought if they never turned yellow they wouldn't know they were ripened. So it is quite tricky to know when green gauges are ripe because they don't turn colour. And then the other one is Wren Claude. Much rounder fruit than the plums as well. Very sweet. And then you can just peek between the 2 gauges to the back of the tayberries and go around Manning's to have a better look at the tayberry. Birds love the tayberries. They're always flying up and out of them when we're trying to pick them. And this is the other side, the shed side. We just had a cup of coffee. Those are mainly the new canes for next year. That's why they don't seem to have very many berries on. Moving round the back of the shed now. Watch your head on the quince. And the tayberry can be seen, it wraps its way around the back of the shed. Easier to pick the berries from there than between the gauges. And then in the corner of the shed is a vine called Boscoop Glory. No grapes on there at all. It's looking pretty healthy. Back at the side of the shed now, we'll just have a general view of the fruit area. Starting on the left, we've got the blueberries, and then next to them we've got the bed with the pear trees, and then a couple of beds which have josterberries, gooseberries, some rhubarb. The first one's got the Glencoe raspberry, and the one behind it has got a white currant. Now let's swing back round and let's have a better look at the 4 blueberry bushes. Can't remember what sort they are. Not very many fruits on, but I do know that the one's early and then they gradually get later until the one right at the end is supposed to be the latest fruiting bush. It's going to be very late because he's only got about one berry on a minute. And then moving on to the red currants that have been well picked over. I've taken the net off now so that the blackbirds can have their share. Probably won't want them now I've taken the net off.
Next week.
Still quite a lot on.
Yeah.
Just ignore our noisy neighbours. We've got the apple hedge that we inherited next. We're not sure about the varieties, but we think this one might be Discovery. And then we've got the new apples. This one's Queen Cox. By new, we've probably had them about 3 years now. Back to the apple hedge. We think that one's not Discovery. Golden Delicious. And then another fairly new bush with quite a few fruit. That one is Fiesta. And the only new bush in the middle that's not fruiting very well is the Bramley. But Bramleys do tend to fruit every other year anyway, so maybe next year it will do better. So moving on now to the pears. The first pear tree is called Invincible and it's bending under the weight of the pears. I'm assuming it'll just go down even more once the pears get bigger. The lean is partly due to the way the wind blows as well. And then moving on to the red Williams pear. Never had very many red Williams pears on there, so I'm not sure what they taste like. Hopefully we'll find out this year. And moving on to the final pear tree, which is Del San, which has more leaves than the other two. It has got quite a few fruits. You just have to rummage around among the leaves to find them. This next bed has the Josterberry, and then we've got the gooseberry. What's left of the gooseberries that we haven't picked, they've turned really, really red. Then in the middle is the Glencoe raspberry, which I haven't picked over just yet today. So it has one or two ripe fruits. There's a couple. And then we look in the middle, the canes there that are pointing upright are just tied together. They're the new canes for next year. They'll be tied in once I've cut out the old canes. Then we'll just go past this other Josterberry. And around the back of the Glencoe, we've got a rhubarb there, well past its best. And another Josterberry. Can't show you any Josterberries because we've picked them over. In the next bed, yet another Josterberry. It's the white currant in the middle that hasn't got any fruit at all. And more rhubarb, another Josterberry. And then the final bed, that's the original Josterberry that we bought. All the rest have been cuttings from it. And then we've got a final apple tree, which is Egremont russet. It's got quite a few apples on as well.